Emmanuel Macron has been slammed by furious Britons over his reaction to France being jilted in a row over submarines. On Wednesday, Boris Johnson stood alongside US President Joe Biden and Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison to unveil a tri-nation partnership. Called a UK-US, the security partnership saw Australia renege on a long-standing £65 billion deal with France to supply it with diesel-powered subs. Instead, it will be supplied with nuclear-powered submarines by the US, regarded as being a cut above the French models. The landmark deal is widely seen as an effort to counter Chinese aggression in the region. As well as outraging Xi Jinping's regime, Mr. Macron has reacted with an almost similar level of fury. He recalled his ambassadors to Australia and the US last week, and left the UK's in place in an apparent snub to Brexit Britain. French Foreign Affairs Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian also warned Australia that it could not simply get out of the deal. His country's reaction was quickly slammed by many express.co.uk readers. A user called Euripidesh wrote, "Australia has done the right thing and chosen a submarine that is superior to the French one." Reader Alf B said, "When your so-called friends dislike you, you should perhaps be looking at yourselves for answers. France seems to be at odds with everyone under Macron. Macron is an insulting term critics call the French leader in an apparent reference to his short stature. Meanwhile, Quissat Shadrick mused, Macron, consistently making enemies with friends and long-term allies. Every single day, I not only feel utterly delighted, but also completely vindicated for voting Brexit. Remain, and its alleged consequences, were a flagrant, spiteful lie." A fourth called Master Mariner wrote, "If you've ever worked with French companies you will be aware of the mind-boggling bureaucracy, the lack of a service attitude and the constant need for meetings about meetings, long lunch breaks and unbelievable holidays. You can understand why the planning and costs overran the original projection. The French have a different approach to logic as to the UK, US, Aus thinking. By far the better deal and the close Five Eyes cooperation intelligence sharing network will help to bring stability over bullying China's expansionist moves." After the news emerged, Mr. Le Drian told France Info, "This is not over. We're going to need clarifications. We have contracts. The Australians need to tell us how they're getting out of it. We're going to need explanations. We have an intergovernmental deal that we signed with great fanfare in 2019, with precise commitments, with clauses. How are they getting out of it? They're going to have to tell us. So this is not the end of the story.